Hi, I'm Sue. Welcome to Blue Heron Hill. Let's dig in the dirt today. But we're not going outside, we're going to be inside. Now I'm here, we're going to be planting sugar snap peas. And I like to plant them indoor in a rain gutter system. This is an old rain gutter. It's got some pieces knocked out of it. Put end caps made out of styrofoam over both ends. This is quite a chewed up end. And this is how I plant my peas. I'll put in about 2 inches of, this is actually a potting mix plus some potting soil. I'm running low on my potting mix, so I mixed it up with some of the seed starter and the potting soil. So you just need just a couple inches is all. A lot of people like to start their peas outdoors mid-March, at least in my 6A hardiness zone. People often say St. Patrick's Day. Well, I've found that I just plant and replant and replant, and those seeds just never come up because my soil is so wet. I guess the seeds just all decay or rot or mold or something like that. But I've had very good luck doing it this way. I've been doing this for 2 years. This is my 3rd year, and it seems to work. I plant them now in the house where they have a little bit of warmth, and until they then germinate and sprout, and they get to about 3 to 4 inches high, and then they go out into the garden. And what I do is I'll dig like a 3-inch by 3-inch trench, 3 inches wide, 3 inches deep out in the garden. And when these are ready to go, and they're tall enough, take off the end cap, wet this down very thoroughly inside, in the trough itself. And if you tip it and you shake it a little bit, they all shake out nice and neatly into the little rows. I plant my seeds very densely. These are sugar snap peas. I'm not a big shelling pea person. There's just too much shelling going on to have to do that. And I just like to eat these raw or stir fry. I usually don't freeze them. I think they just kind of lose it in the freezer. And I just assume eat them fresh. So what we'll do is, I have a bag left over from last year. They should be pretty good. I did try some in my little experimenting video, and they all germinated. So I'm not going to have a problem with germination, being that they're a year old. So I just sprinkle these in here pretty densely, almost like about 1 inch apart. It's I don't have a problem with that. They are going to go into a trench, and they're going to spread out, and they love to climb up on a trellis. I've got a little trellis, little wire trellis area. That'll be about 4 feet high, and that's what they seem to like. So I have 2 of these gutter sections. They're a little over 3 feet long, and that should be just plenty for us. And this is the method I like using. And let's go through and make sure there's plenty. And they're spread out nicely. Okay, so after that, you're just going to take your soil mix, and I put about probably about 1 inch over the top. There you go. Firm it down so there's good contact with the soil, not too many air pockets in And that's what we do. One more scoop here. Ah, yes. Very good. Now this will go in my furnace room area. It's probably about 72 degrees in there. I'm sure they'll appreciate a little bit of warmth. And I think that in about 3 to 4 days, that I'll bring you back and we'll see if we got any germination. So stick with me. It's been just a couple days and the gutter peas have already started to pop up and germinate. I must say though that they are partly on a heat mat, so that's helped a wee bit. It has been 2 weeks of peas growing in my gutter system. Now you'll notice the difference between these two gutter sections. The one on the left, these peas were new peas for this season. The peas that germinated in the one on the right were leftover from 2019 and 2020. And they were also in a location where they didn't get quite as much light as the ones on the left. So they're a little scragglier and the germination rate wasn't quite as good. So in the future, I am going to make sure I get fresh peas and maybe not go past a 2-year mark. So after 2 weeks, this has been since they germinated, and I think it's time to get this pea planting party started. So let's go out in the garden and do some digging. All right, here we are. I have a nice south-facing fence. I dug my trench about 3 inches deep. Should accommodate these pea plants, which are about 3 inches deep in their gutters. I'm going to slide them off into this trench. I'm going to put a little bit of worm castings in here to amend my soil a wee bit. Okay, the temperature is about, I think, close to 50 degrees. These guys have been outside in a protected area, hardening off day at a time, an hour at a time, to the full sunlight. This is a nice warm day. It's not going to get down too close to freezing, so it won't be much of a shock for them. So let's get started. I've watered them heavily, so they're really quite sopping in this trench, and that's going to help them slide right out. I took one end of the gutter off, and if you just give it a little bit of a shake and move it up the trench, see, there we go. That's one right in through there. Put around some extra soil, firm it down just a little bit. Of course, these guys are going to go right over to my fence here. This is a rather short fence, but I'll extend it up as they start growing. There we go. This bunch is quite leggy and almost Has the tendrils started on it already, so I could weave a few if I wanted. All right, let's do the next one. Gonna take the end cap off. Give it a little shake, and it starts to come. There we go. Perfect. A little bunched at this end, but there you go. No need to water because they're pretty sopping wet already. And it's excellent. Now that's my gutter pea method. Very successful for me. Gives them a jump start on their season. They're all hardened off, and hopefully I'll be getting peas probably within about 45, 50, 60 days probably. Thanks for coming along for my pea planting party. If you like this technique, give me a thumbs up. If you're interested in doing it, it's not too late. It works for me. It has for many years. I have more plants inside that are coming out. They're being hardened off right now. More brassicas that are going to go into the garden in the next couple days. I'll be making a video on that also. So if you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that. I appreciate that. And comment. I'll answer any questions the best that I can. So thanks for following with me as I dig in the dirt once again. So, till the next video. See ya.